Hey, what's up everybody? It's CRISPR again, and today we're going to be reviewing Monster Hunter Rise. And for those of you who are not familiar with this franchise, I will try my best to kind of sum it up for you. You put fucking clothes on, you get swords and shit, and then you slay monsters. And that's about it. But, and for real talk though, it's pretty fucking good. So let's get into the character customization and let's move forward on to how I think this game is well worth your $60. Now, for the customization, I was pretty shocked to see how many options the Nintendo Switch gives you because honestly, from the first trailer, from what I saw from the gameplay, I thought this was going to be like a water washed down version of, Worlds. But surprisingly, the Switch gives you plenty of options, not only for your character, but also for your little pets, your little cat and your little dog. And as you can see in this current footage, I spent about maybe like an hour or two trying to create my own little OC. But then I kind of just gave up and then I made San from Princess Mononoke, so I'm pretty proud of that. And you could pretty much spend maybe half your day if you're willing to go into that much detail, but it's pretty fucking crazy because the Switch does not play around with this customization and it's pretty wild. Seeing the many options, tattoos, scars and whatnot, it's pretty cool for what you get for this kind of game. And overall, let's move on to the main hub where you're going to be doing most of your activities, hunts, and whatnot. Now, for the main villains, the beginning of the game is going to show you around. But, for your main part, you have your arena area, your dual arena, and whatnot. But I should give a little heads up because the game doesn't really explain it too much. But there's going to be two different types of quests. It's going to be your main quest, which is just for your campaign. And if you don't do the campaign, you won't really have access to the crafting system the game gives you. Because if you're mostly doing the other quest, which is, I believe, called the hub quest, which is mainly used for multiplayer or whatnot. And speaking of which, make sure to do both at the same time simultaneously because you don't want to be doing the hub quest a little too much because maybe half of the materials you try to craft aren't going to be available to you unless you do the campaign. But the campaign is pretty cool seeing that they don't fuck around with the bosses. So you're pretty much whatever you played in Monster Hunter World, you're going to expect it in this kind of game. So keep in mind for that and, just keep doing it simultaneously. But surprisingly for the multiplayer, I thought it was going to suck ass due to the fact that there's no fucking way this Nintendo Switch can handle multiplayer. I mean, just look at fucking Smash Brothers, for example. It's pretty much complete garbage. But surprisingly, the multiplayer is pretty stable for what you get in this kind of game. Not only that, I didn't really have any lag spikes or crashes throughout my experience, so it's pretty good. And I kind of wish that Nintendo would do that for their games, but I guess Capcom gives more love to their players. And going back to the customization, unlike Monster Hunter World, they would charge you to change your appearance or whatnot. But thankfully for this game, it's completely for free, so you can go right at it. And the way to do this, you have to go to the hub quest, in which your little tutorial, your handler, will show you. It's inside this little tent. You just go up to the item box, hit player customization, and there you go. And hopefully, for now at least, they don't charge you, Capcom that is, because they were pretty infamous of doing that shit pretty early on for the other games. But I'm glad that they added this feature. Unlike, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, where they're going to fucking charge you for Dante. But whatever, that's for another time or whatnot. But, I believe for the $60 you do get the campaign or whatnot. And then also, too, you get the pretty solid multiplayer. And also, too, if you have amiibos, you can do a lottery system, which gives you a chance to get mega potions, elixirs, or whatnot. And then also, too, I should give a little warning to those players who do want to get into this type of game. It's pretty fucking long. And not that I have found it boring or anything. I love these kind of games. You're going to be mostly tracking, these animals, collecting resources. And again, it's very, very important. Whatever resources you see in the wild, do me a solid and fucking collect it. Because if you don't, you're pretty much fucked for the most part. Because you're going to be constantly crafting items, traps or whatnot for the monsters. But just be aware that some of these battles can last up to 50 minutes. And there'll be many times where these missions will tell you just to kind of explore the map, but it's not boring, I promise. Just get a group of friends or even by yourself, put on a good podcast or two. And if you want some real good podcasts, listen to the last podcast on the left. Or, you can listen to my buddy, Sergio. He dropped the fresh, hot-ass album. So check it out on his Bandcamp. I'll fucking link it in the video because it's pretty dank. And I'm sure you've seen it, dear viewers, of his little remixes. It's fucking awesome. But anywho, for Monster Hunter Rise, for me, it's going to get a pretty solid 8 out of 10 due to the fact that I was pretty blown away of what the Switch can handle, and hopefully in the future when we do get DLC, they give us more maps because I believe there's only about 4 currently. But I'm not complaining because it's for the Switch, so it's perfectly fine with me. And there is a rumor that maybe the first DLC might be for free, but we'll see if Capcom, changes their mind when Resident Evil 8 eventually comes out. But I think it's well worth the money. For $60, you get plenty of hours to, slay monsters, do your thing. You can chat with your friends. And also, too, for the online portion, they didn't really censor anything, so you can make your own customization, like tags or whatever. You give out stickers. But I'm sure in the future, Capcom will pull DLC for custom-made stickers since they did that for the fucking bonuses. But whatever. I think if you are getting into this game, definitely check out Rise, because not only can you play it at home, you can take it to go, which I'm currently doing. So, that's it for my little review of Monster Hunter Rise. So I hope you guys do enjoy this, and definitely, buy this game because it's well worth your $60, and I'd love to Capcom add more DLC to this game. So, anywho, you guys have a good day, and I'll try to get the next review out soon. So, take care, and thank you for your patience. Bye-bye.